My dear one, I want to ask you something. Have you ever stopped for a moment and truly realized how powerful you really are? Not in the way the world defines power, not the loud, forceful, controlling kind, but that quiet, steady, unshakable power that lives deep inside you. The power that breathes you, that heals you, that dreams through you. You are not a victim of life. You are a magnificent creator. And the moment you begin to whisper to yourself, "I can do it," the universe begins to rearrange itself to prove you right. Do you know how powerful you really are? That question is not to test you. It's to awaken you. Because, my dear, power is not control over others. It's control over your own mind. That's where all creation begins. Every thought is like a command sent out into the infinite intelligence of the universe. Every belief you hold becomes a magnet that draws matching experiences into your life. When you think, "I am weak," life reflects that belief back to you in 1,000 small ways. When you think, "I am capable," doors begin to open, people appear, and strength starts to grow inside you. Power begins the moment you decide to think differently. I often say the mind is a tool. You can use it to build prisons or gardens. Which one are you building today? Because what you think, you become. What you imagine, you create. What you affirm, you live. And here's the most beautiful part. You don't need to earn inner power. You only need to accept it. Your power has been with you since the day you were born. It's been quietly waiting for your permission to rise. So today, let's give it that permission. Let's say together, "I am willing to see how powerful I am." When you accept that your thoughts have power, you stop waiting for miracles and start creating them. You begin to understand that every time you choose a loving thought instead of a fearful one, you are healing yourself. Every time you choose forgiveness instead of resentment, you are shifting your entire vibration. Every time you choose faith instead of doubt, you are stepping into your true strength. This is the essence of spiritual power. The gentle but unshakable decision to choose love over and over again. And yet, for many of us, there comes a moment, what I call the turning point, when life asks us to live what we say we believe. I remember my own turning point so vividly. I realized I had been teaching truths I wasn't fully living. I had been telling others to love and forgive. But deep inside, there were still parts of me that resisted, that feared, that held on to old pain. Then came illness, not as punishment, but as a messenger, a teacher, a mirror. It showed me where I was still at war with myself. You see, disease is not the enemy. It's a signal. It's the body's way of saying, "Please look here. There's something that needs love." When I finally stopped fighting and started listening, everything began to change. I understood that I didn't need to battle my condition. I needed to bless it. So I said, "I am willing to release the pattern within me that created this condition." And in that willingness, healing began. Because healing is never forced, it's allowed. Healing is not about fixing, it's about loving. Sometimes the body reflects what the mind has been carrying for too long: guilt, anger, fear, grief. When we soften those emotions with compassion, the body responds with relief. When we stop criticizing ourselves, our cells begin to relax. When we speak kindly to our own hearts, our hearts begin to open. You see, true healing always starts from within, always. And one of the greatest keys to that healing is forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. You are not excusing what happened. You are freeing yourself from its grip. When you forgive, you cut the energetic cords that keep you tied to pain. You stop dragging the past into your present. You reclaim your power. I forgave my parents not because they asked for it, but because I wanted to be free. I realized that carrying resentment was like drinking poison and hoping the other person would suffer. The moment I forgave, I felt a lightness in my chest, a peace I hadn't known in years. Forgiveness does not mean saying, "What you did was okay." It means saying, "I refuse to carry this burden any longer." It's choosing to stop letting the past define who you are. So if you're listening right now and your heart feels heavy with old pain, I invite you to take a breath and whisper, "I am willing to forgive." You don't have to know how. You don't have to do it perfectly. You only need to be willing, because willingness opens the door, and once that door is open, love will do the rest. And as you begin to forgive, something even deeper begins to stir, the soft cry of your inner child. The part of you that has been waiting so long to be seen, to be held, to be loved without condition. That little child inside you just wants to be loved. That's all, not fixed, not shamed, just loved. For years I ignored her, that little girl inside me who felt scared and unworthy. I kept pushing her away, telling her to be strong, to be quiet, to grow up. But she didn't need a lecture. She needed a hug. So one day I sat quietly, closed my eyes and imagined holding her. I said, "I'm here for you. You are safe now." And she began to soften. The tears came, not from sadness, but from release, because for the first time, she felt loved. And my dear, that is the key. The moment you love the child within you, you heal the adult you've become. The fear fades, the doubt dissolves, the walls come down. That child is the keeper of your innocence, your creativity, your joy. When you reconnect with that part of yourself, you reconnect with life itself. So if you've been feeling disconnected, overwhelmed, or powerless, I want you to do this. Tonight, before you sleep, place your hand on your heart and whisper to that little one inside, "It's okay. You can rest now. I love you." Say it again and again until you feel her breathing with you. That's the beginning of deep healing, not from the outside, but from within. You see, all along your power has never been lost. It was just waiting behind layers of fear, resentment, and neglect. The moment you begin to forgive, to comfort, to love, your true strength returns. Because your real power has nothing to do with control. It has everything to do with love. Power is not about domination. Power is about alignment. It's when your thoughts, your emotions, and your spirit move together in harmony. It's when you stop saying, "I can't," and start saying, "I can and I will." It's when you look at yourself and instead of criticizing, you say, "I'm proud of you for surviving. I'm proud of you for growing. I'm proud of you for still believing in love." My dear one, your power is already here. You don't need to chase it. You only need to remember it. You are powerful because you are love in action. You are powerful because you are connected to the infinite intelligence that created galaxies and sunsets and oceans. You are powerful because life itself flows through you, and life doesn't make mistakes. So take a breath with me. Feel that strength rising in your chest, that warmth spreading through your body. That is your power waking up. Whisper softly, "I can do it. I accept my power." And as you say it, feel every cell in your body nod in agreement, because it's true. You've always been powerful. Now it's time to live like it. Let's talk about affirmations, my dear, because I love affirmations. I love them with my whole heart, and I've seen them change thousands of lives, including my own. They are not just pretty words or positive thinking. They are sacred tools for transformation. They are the language through which we speak to our subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind is always listening. Every thought is an affirmation. Be aware of what you are affirming. That means whether you realize it or not, you are affirming something all the time. Every word you speak, every thought you repeat, every story you tell yourself, each one is a seed you are planting in the garden of your mind. So I want to ask you, gently but honestly, what have you been planting lately? Have your thoughts been seeds of love or seeds of fear? Seeds of confidence or seeds of doubt? Seeds of peace or seeds of worry? Because, my dear, the mind is very obedient. It grows whatever you plant. The soil does not judge. It doesn't say, oh, this is a good seed, I'll grow this. Or this is a bad seed, I'll reject that. No. The soil simply says yes. Always yes. So if you plant fear, it grows. If you plant love, it grows. If you plant lack, it grows. If you plant abundance, it grows. That's why I say every single thought matters. And the beauty is, once you realize that, you no longer live unconsciously. You begin to choose your thoughts the way an artist chooses colors. You begin to speak to yourself the way a loving mother speaks to a child. You begin to affirm not what you fear, but what you desire. That's when the magic begins. I remember when I first began using affirmations in my own healing. I didn't fully believe them at first. When I said I am healthy, there was a voice inside that whispered, no, you're not. When I said I am safe, another voice said, you've never been safe. And when I said I am lovable, the old wound shouted, not you. But I kept going, because I knew that those voices were just old recordings, echoes from a past that no longer served me. And I knew that with practice, with repetition, with love, those voices would soften. And they did. That is the secret. The subconscious mind learns through repetition. You don't have to fight it. You simply have to teach it something new, gently, lovingly, over and over again. Just as you once learned fear through repetition, you can learn faith the same way. Just as you once learned self-doubt through repetition, you can learn self-love the same way. So start simple. Say with me now, I can do it. Feel how that sounds in your body. There's strength in those words. There's possibility. There's hope. Again, I can do it. Every time you say it, your cells listen, your heart listens, life listens. Then add, I accept my power. Because power is not something outside of you. It is your natural state. You were born powerful. The moment you say, I accept my power, you stop resisting your own brilliance. And finally say, I am safe in the power of my mind. Because your mind is not your enemy. It is your most loyal servant. When trained with love, it becomes your greatest ally. You see, my dear, affirmations are not about denying reality. They are about creating a new one. You're not pretending the problem doesn't exist. You're choosing to focus on the solution. You're not ignoring your pain. You're offering it a new story to believe in. Every time you affirm something loving, you are reprogramming your inner computer. You are teaching your subconscious that it is safe to thrive, safe to receive, safe to be happy. So how do we apply this power in daily life? Let's move into applying power to every area of life. because power is not meant to stay in theory. It's meant to be lived. It belongs in your health, in your finances, in your relationships, in your work, in your every breath. Let's begin with health. Your body is listening to every thought you think. It hears your every word. When you say, "My body is weak," it obeys. When you say, "My body knows how to heal itself," it begins to heal. My body knows how to heal itself. Isn't that a beautiful truth? Your body is a self-healing organism. The moment you cut your finger, healing begins. You don't have to command it. It's built into you. The same intelligence that made the planets spin and the stars shine also beats your heart and repairs your cells. You can cooperate with that intelligence by affirming, "I love my body. I listen to my body. I trust my body." So the next time you feel pain, don't attack your body. Don't say, "Why are you doing this to me?" Instead, whisper, "Thank you for showing me where healing is needed. Thank you for working so hard for me." That simple shift from blame to gratitude turns pain into partnership. It transforms fear into flow. Now let's talk about finances. Money is simply another form of energy. It flows to those who feel safe receiving it. If deep inside you believe, "I don't deserve," or "it's wrong to have," or "there's never enough," then money will mirror those beliefs back to you. But when you affirm, "I am open and receptive to new sources of income," you are opening the energetic channels for prosperity to flow. You're saying to the universe, "I am ready to receive." And life, which always mirrors your consciousness, begins to respond. You don't have to know how it will come. You only have to know that it can. The universe has infinite channels of abundance: clients, ideas, opportunities, gifts, synchronicities. When you affirm abundance with gratitude instead of fear, you align yourself with the natural flow of prosperity. So every time you pay a bill, instead of sighing, say, "Thank you for this money. Thank you for the service it brought me. I trust that more will come." Gratitude multiplies what you appreciate. Let's move to love. Love, the very essence of who we are. You cannot attract love while affirming unworthiness. You cannot receive love while criticizing yourself. Love begins within. Love flows freely in and through me. Say that softly. Feel it move through your body like a gentle wave. Love is not something you chase, it's something you allow. When you affirm love, you become a magnet for loving people, loving experiences, loving opportunities. If you want more love in your life, become more loving with yourself. Speak kindly to your reflection. Treat yourself as someone precious. Every time you do that, you are teaching the world how to love you, because life reflects what you believe you deserve. Now let's talk about work. So many people feel powerless in their careers. They say, "I can't stand my job," or "I'm stuck here forever." And of course, life mirrors that belief. But the moment you affirm, "I am capable and confident in my abilities," you start to shift the energy. You begin to see opportunities you missed before. You speak with more confidence. You attract collaboration. You radiate competence. Your work is not meant to drain you. It's meant to express you. The universe doesn't reward exhaustion. It responds to joy. So find even one small thing to appreciate in your work today. A skill you've developed, a person you've helped, a moment of growth. Affirm, "I am grateful for this opportunity to serve and to grow." Gratitude transforms even the most ordinary job into a temple of purpose. And remember, my dear, affirmations are not magic words that make everything appear instantly. They are bridges from fear to faith, from doubt to trust, from old patterns to new realities. They work because they align your thoughts, your emotions, and your energy with the truth of who you are. Consistency is the key. You can't plant a seed once and then walk away. You water it, you nurture it, you speak to it kindly, and you trust that it will grow. It's the same with affirmations. You repeat them every day, not because you are desperate, but because you are devoted. Every time you say, "I can do it," you are watering your belief. Every time you say, "I accept my power," you are reminding your mind that it is safe to shine. You might think, "But Louise, what if I don't believe it yet?" And I say to you, you don't need to believe it yet. You only need to be willing. Willingness is the key that opens every door. The moment you're willing to think differently, you invite life to show you new evidence. Belief comes through practice. Confidence grows through action. Power unfolds through presence. So let's do this together right now. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and repeat after me. I can do it. I accept my power. I am safe in the power of my mind. Feel how your body relaxes as you say those words. Feel how your energy expands. That is alignment. That is healing. That is creation in motion. Now say with me, my body knows how to heal itself. I am open and receptive to new sources of income. Love flows freely in and through me. I am capable and confident in my abilities. Do you feel it? That's your vibration rising. That's your cells awakening. That's the universe listening and saying, "Yes, my darling, yes. You are not powerless. You are not small. You are not stuck. You are a magnificent being of light and thought and energy. The same power that creates worlds flows through your veins. And every time you use that power consciously, through affirmations, through gratitude, through love, you create miracles. So promise me this. From today forward, you will speak to yourself like someone you love. You will affirm your strength, your worth, your beauty, your ability. You will no longer use your words to hurt yourself. You will use them to heal. Because you deserve that. You always have. Remember, my dear, your thoughts are the architects of your life. Choose them wisely, nurture them lovingly, and never forget, you can do it. You accept your power, and you are safe in the power of your mind. Life loves you. And when you speak with love, life always listens. I have one very special exercise for you today, my dear. One that has changed thousands of lives, one that still brings tears to my eyes every time I witness it. It's simple yet profoundly healing. It's called the exercise for two people. I invite you to imagine it now, or if you can, do it with someone you love, someone you trust, or even a kind stranger willing to share a moment of truth with you. Sit facing each other. Hold hands gently, not to grasp or control, but to connect. Look into each other's eyes, really look, not with judgment, but with presence. Take a breath together. Feel that sacred rhythm, in and out, in and out. Two souls remembering they are part of one life. And then either silently in your heart or softly aloud say, I see your beauty. I affirm your health, prosperity, and peace. And then just stay there. Don't rush. Don't fill the silence. Let it sink in. Let the love move between you like light, like air, like music without words. Something magical begins to happen in that stillness, a remembering. You realize that beyond names, stories, bodies, and fears, you are one. The walls between you dissolve, and in that sacred connection, both hearts begin to heal. Because here is the divine law. Whatever love you give, returns to you multiplied. The more love you see in others, the more love awakens within you. The more blessings you speak over others, the more blessings find their way back to your own life. It is impossible to give love sincerely without receiving it. It is the law of energy, the rhythm of creation. Give and receive, inhale and exhale, love and be loved. If you try this exercise even once, you will feel it. You might cry, you might laugh, you might feel uncomfortable at first. That's okay. Most of us are not used to being truly seen, but that is why this practice is so powerful. When you look into another's eyes and affirm their wholeness, you are also reminding yourself of your own. You are saying, the same light in you lives in me, the same power in you flows through me. The same love that created you created me. So let's make this your spiritual homework for the week. Find one person. It could be your partner, a friend, a family member, or even yourself in the mirror. Sit quietly together and share the affirmation. The love I give returns to me multiplied. Say it until it no longer feels like words, until it feels like truth, because it is truth. When you begin to live this way, giving love, affirming others, blessing what you see, your life begins to overflow with goodness. You notice more harmony in your relationships, more peace in your mind, more health in your body. Why? Because love is not a transaction. It is a circulation. It must move. The more you let it flow, the stronger it becomes. Now let's talk about what it means to live the truth. We teach best what we most need to learn. Isn't that beautiful? I've always believed that every teacher is also a student. Every time I speak about love, it's because I am still learning to love more deeply. Every time I teach forgiveness, it's because I am still practicing forgiveness. And that's okay. You don't have to be perfect to live your truth. You just have to be honest. Living the truth means showing up every day with sincerity. It means choosing to embody what you affirm. If you say, I love myself, then treat yourself kindly. If you say, I trust life, then release the need to control every outcome. If you say, I forgive, then stop rehearsing old pain. Truth is not something we speak, it's something we live, and life will always mirror back to you the truth you're living. Sometimes you'll fall, sometimes you'll forget, sometimes you'll speak love but feel fear. Don't judge yourself for that, just begin again. The spiritual path is not about perfection, it's about progress. Each moment is an opportunity to return to love, to choose again, to live a little more gently than yesterday. When you practice that, when you let love lead, your whole being begins to radiate peace. Living the truth also means recognizing that you are not separate from the wisdom you seek. You are the truth you're trying to understand. You are the love you're trying to find. You are the power you're trying to claim. And when you live from that awareness, every situation becomes a classroom of awakening. You learn from joy, you learn from pain, you learn from silence, because you know that life is always teaching you how to remember your divine nature. And that brings us to our next truth, what I call the divine magnificence. You are a divine, magnificent being. Let that sink in. Not just a human doing, not just a collection of experiences, but a radiant expression of the infinite. The same intelligence that spins the planets and paints the sunsets breathes through you at this very moment. You are not disconnected from Source. You are the Source expressing itself uniquely as you. I know many of you struggle with the idea of being powerful. You've been taught that power means arrogance, that power corrupts, that humility means staying small. But my dear, real power has nothing to do with ego. Real power is the natural radiance of your spirit. It is quiet, it is kind, it is stable, it uplifts, not controls, it includes, not excludes, and it is completely safe. That's why I say, it is safe for me to be powerful. Repeat that with me. It is safe for me to be powerful. Feel how those words soften your nervous system. Feel how your body relaxes when you stop resisting your own light, because you were never meant to hide. You were meant to shine, not to prove anything, but to express the beauty of who you already are. When you accept your divine magnificence, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop apologizing for being who you are. You stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. You realize that shining your light does not diminish anyone else. It simply reminds them that they can shine too. So I want you to try another exercise with me right now. Close your eyes, place your hand over your heart, and imagine a golden light glowing there. With each breath, that light expands through your chest, through your body, through the space around you. Feel it grow until it fills the whole room. This is your divine essence, your magnificence, your power. And now say softly, "It is safe for me to be powerful." You don't have to earn that light. You don't have to chase it. You only need to remember it. It's been there all along, quietly waiting for you to stop doubting and start allowing. When you finally allow yourself to be powerful, you also give permission for others to do the same. You become a living affirmation. You become a mirror of what's possible. And isn't that the most beautiful thing we can give to the world? To live as walking reminders that love is safe, that power is kind, that truth is gentle, that light is abundant. So, my dear, as we close this lesson, I invite you to practice these two things. The exercise for two people to experience connection and reflection, and the affirmation of divine magnificence to remember who you truly are. Do the first to remind yourself that love given is love received. Do the second to remind yourself that power accepted is peace restored. And every time you do, whisper this truth to your heart: I see your beauty. I affirm your health, prosperity, and peace. The love I give returns to me multiplied. It is safe for me to be powerful. Let those words guide you like a prayer, a meditation, a way of being. Because when you live in this vibration, giving, receiving, allowing, radiating, you don't just heal your own life, you help heal the world.